As a chosen one, your presence is very contagious. I mean, have you ever noticed, like, for instance, like everywhere you go, like people notice you, even for instance at your workplace, or even if you're just walking around, like shopping around, but there's just this certain presence, this certain light that you actually carry. That wherever you find yourself, people are just like drawn to you, and sometimes they might not drawn to you, you might not pick it up, but then your presence is just very felt. Especially for instance, let me say, if you really take you take you take really a close look, or you just take time to observe, or maybe you interact with people and all that, and then you just see how people sometimes respond, or there's just this certain thing, man. It's just this presence that's very contagious. Let me say that type of energy. They call it energy, but then as Christian, we cannot really call it that energy, because I mean that's just your light, the light of Jesus Christ. Because the Bible says that He's a true light that gives light to every man that comes in this world. And not only that, you having the Spirit of God, you having the Holy Spirit in you, and shines. It allows the Spirit of God, the light of God, to shine within you. You see, so people are actually able to pick up this. Even demons, you know, those demons, the spirits that are actually possessing people, they can actually see that light. And sometimes you find just let me say, when you are talking to people, you're interacting, and just there's just a certain presence that you just carry, that people sometimes notice. You might not notice it, but they themselves, they actually notice that there's just something about this person. Sometimes even the eagerness, they listen to you, or they may not even just like, let me say, listen to you, but then you just like catch their attention. Whenever it is that you are just present, there's just something that they just feel your presence. Your presence is always just very felt. I've actually noticed this, like for sometimes, like I'll find myself like yeah, depending, sometimes I'll just be having certain conversation with friends, to the point that even strangers sometimes they'll just be trying to listen to my conversation, of which, just imagine, for instance, I'm just talking there, and then just my conversation kind of like attracts them to want to hear. I don't know what really, how it actually works, but then just the presence of the Holy Spirit, it actually just you know attracts them in a certain way, that then they just want to hear. Sometimes I also remember that there was a time that I didn't really pay attention, but then sometimes you just get compliments on something, something by a stranger, and then meaning that you might just be there doing something, or just even talking, but then there are certain people that are actually noticing you, feeling the presence of the Holy Spirit within you, but then they might not tell you, or you might not really discover it, or you might just get let me say, like, so for instance, compliments here and there, and then it can also be coupled with a certain, let me say, confirmation, for instance. It can actually be a confirmation, like for instance, depending now, let me say, like, in maybe you have a certain gift that or even a compliment saying that, oh no, you just talk like a pastor, or something, like just a certain compliment that gives a certain attribute of a certain personality, like that, a Christian personality. Because let me just even say, there was a time that I remember myself, like, going in a certain shop. As I was in this shop, the a total stranger just decided to tell me, like, I should give her a piece. Just imagine, I didn't even know what she was actually like referring to, or something like that. But it was just like in a nice way, because it was just in a nice way, like somebody, I think, like somebody that she actually lacked peace, but then she could see the certain light or something. She could actually see a certain light. The spirit within her can actually pick up now that there is a certain spirit within me, and then she just started like talking to me and all of them. So these are sometimes things that you actually encounter, that your presence is just felt. For instance, even sometimes when you are as a chosen one, you're just talking, having different conversation, maybe dialogue, or just somebody just starts a conversation with you, and then you guys are just open, and then you guys just begin to relate and all that, and you just begin to speak, and then the wisdom of God begin to flow within you. to the point that you just feel sometimes the words that you begin to speak, they begin to touch that person. And when those words begin to touch that person, sometimes you can even start seeing the person like trying to cry tears, like trying to bawl out, or just she might just even eventually give you a compliment, or she just feel like relieved that she has actually talked to you. So these are just like some of the things that as a chosen one, that you can actually encounter, that you actually pick up like on your day-to-day uh, life, you know meaning that you carry a certain presence, and then this present is always most of the time it's just very felt, and you might not pick it up, because I mean sometimes uh, it's you, and you're just like, ah, no, it's just a normal thing, but then it's just just a normal thing, but then it's just your presence that is there, very contagious. Because I remember there was a time that I saw a certain let me say a certain vision, or vision dream, but then in this dream, like I was like yeah, coming from a certain place, then I was like choosing like two paths, like I was like, okay, should I take this path, or let me take this path now? As I was deciding that, I said, okay, now let me just go to this path, this way. It's more like yeah, and then it's close to the city, only to hear um a voice like telling me that no, a lot of people know me, and I was like, how do they even know me in this place? How to just imagine? Now the Holy Spirit was telling me, and sometimes it's like you think that people don't know you. It does not mean as you are a chosen one. People don't know you. People know you. They might not just approach you to tell you that they know you, but then the light that you carry, the spirit that you carry, they can actually tap, and they know those spirit. If the person is having let me say the Holy Spirit, the Spirit of God in that person picks it up, picks you up, and it's just the same way as another person, an unbeliever that is having a certain contrary spirits like demons and evil spirits, and that those spirits are able actually to pick up your light, and they are actually able to tell that no, this a kind of light, the light that is in this person is actually the light of God, the light of the Holy Spirit. So meaning that your presence as a chosen one is felt everywhere you go, whether you know it or whether you are not aware of it, is just something that is just felt. Because because I mean, like, as a chosen one, there is a certain plan that God has actually created for you, for a certain purpose for you to fulfill, and one of that is as you are serving, you are a leader. You are you are called into leadership to lead a lot of people, and that calls for influence. So meaning that that spirit, the same that light announces you, whether you know it or you don't know it, you do not know it. So just with these few words of encouragement, I'll just like to encourage you that don't look down on yourself. Know that the presence of God, the presence of the Holy Spirit is with you. So I'll just like to for you to subscribe on my on this channel, and just click that notification bell, and just like the video, and see you in my next video. God bless you.